Hello. Can you hear me now? Good afternoon, everyone, once again. I want to thank you for bringing me up like this. I feel like, why me? Why today? I'm so happy for the audience. I thank you for joining us today to have a word for me. I am saying that I'm so happy to be here.
Ruru,
You
can you hear
understand
me?
me? Yes, very well. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello, can you hear me?
Hey.
Yeah. I'm here. Can you hear me? Is it my
Hello,
or
Ma.
from
We
my
can
end?
hear
Can you
you,
hear
but
me,
she got
Ruru?
kicked out. She'll be back soon.
Okay, great, great.
Oh, can you hear me? Yeah.
So, Ruru, please tell
I'm
us.
here. Can you hear me? Okay. I said I'm so before the call, I said I'm so happy to be here. I don't know why me, but I'm so happy to be here. As you have from the introduction, I am Mrs. Helen Izore. Everybody call me Ruru. I don't even my mother-in-law calls me Ruru. That's my business name. It was carved from my daughter's name when she was just about a few years old. And I started this event, styling and designing 16 years ago, just like yesterday. It came,
Wow.
I didn't know I had a passion for event styling until I was forced into it by hardship. So each time I tell my story, some people cry, but I don't want to go into that part where it will make some people to cry today. But here we are, one thing led to another because I had nothing to do. Then I entered into event styling, and here I am. But I thank God that I'm here. I thank God for the grace that God has given me in the past 16 years and for the input I have made in Edo and in the South also. And I give all the glory to God.
Great, great, fantastic. You know, there's always an opportunity, no matter the situation. So great that you found where you found your purpose and you're following that passion. Well,
Thank you.
so Ruru, about the pandemic with the virus. So how's it been? How's business been?
It has been, I would say, it was so devastating when it came. We didn't know. What I say sometimes when I'm asked, I was, so shocked that it got to Nigeria so fastly. When we got it, we thought it was going to get to Nigeria very late. Initially, initially, I saw it in China. I saw it in China, and we didn't know it was coming. We didn't know it was coming very soon. So finally, we got it in Nigeria. And when it came, people thought it was going to be 1 month, it was going to be 3 weeks. It was until the news went everywhere and the devastation was getting too much all over the world. So it was real dawn on us that coronavirus was here and it was all over the world and everybody was going to shut down. It was devastating for a lot of persons, including myself and including a lot of event practitioners. And also, every hands of schools, churches, everywhere were all touched. But thank God.
So during the downtime, how were you able to manage your team and keep them engaged and motivated? Because we know of some people who had to let staff go. So did you have to do that?
Yeah, I'm so sorry. I am somebody that I don't like to twist words and I don't like to lie about things. Some of my staff have to go. I have to be very frank because I don't know how many persons are watching. I don't lie about things like that. How to lay some off. I did the palliative. I shared for food for them and I asked them to leave. And I had to retain some on half salary and retain some on commission. But nothing went on for about 3 months. But what we were able to do, we put ourselves together in a group WhatsApp and we did a lot of trainings and, sourcing ideas from a lot of persons all over this country and even beyond. So we're looking at what people were doing around, things that we never knew was happening around us. So we got some lessons and we got some training.
Okay.
And also, there was the biggest I got was the bonding with my children. You know how it has been with events, with our multiple kind of events. Somebody like me, that's back to back, day by day, not even weekend any longer, you know. So it was a time for bonding. My family, we had to sit together, eat in one plate and all that. So it was a time of reunion.
I can relate.
And it took me time also to also be able to reach a lot of event personalities all over this country. I called a lot of them. I don't want to mention names. We spoke, we had classes, we had to rub minds together and all that. I would say it was a total back time because it was a time too for us to restructure. But I am so sorry for the loss of the
Okay.
people that died all over the world, and I pray that God will grant them eternal peace.
Amen. Amen. I think it affected people on different levels. Some people it was personally, some people it was their businesses. So because some people's businesses had to die a natural death. So what would be your advice to people who have had to lose businesses in the event industry? What would be your advice to those event practitioners? Should they revamp their businesses, or should they look at other value chains in the events industry to pivot to?
I'm not going to be convinced that their businesses have died altogether because some states have not opened up. But for us in those states, it has opened up. You understand? And then Delta State has opened up. I even saw a bit of Anambra last weekend. It has opened up. For Port
Okay.
Harcourt and Lagos, they are yet to open up. I'm sure it's going to pick up. Then my last advice I have to give to them, if you think something is going on, why don't you meet up to? Some people reached me in Lagos. They were calling for multiple events. Some are jamming, you understand? There are multiple bookings coming. Because Bola Awoshika of Nigerian Event Industry said it one of our Zoom meetings then that Colabo has to come in because when this thing opens, we're going to find out that some people are going to change their dates, about 5, 6 events coming up in one day. So that's when we
Exactly.
all
You'll
need
be swamped.
collabo. Yes, we all need collabo. So whoever is free, you can bring the person in. For my end, if you have my number, if you are around this axis of the South South, please do not hesitate to call. It's not like I'm trying to rake, but I'm trying to say that a lot of the events are jamming. So maybe we can spread that. I've spread out to a lot of persons this period. So we could also spread out to keep you a little bit busy. So there is a lot of hope for businesses that you think, event businesses that you think
Okay, yes,
are struggling.
that makes a lot of
Yes,
sense.
yes. But I don't think you should just think everything is gone because when it opens, you won't believe. And when it opens in a door, we didn't believe.
Well, because we're still adhering to the restrictions and the guidelines from the government. Yes, so it's not really, even though Edo State would have opened up maybe a bit more, maybe the restrictions are a bit more relaxed than we have here in Port Harcourt, because in Port Harcourt we still have strict guidelines, especially concerning event centers reopening. So we still have restrictions on no receptions for funerals, for weddings, and a very, very, very steep fine awaits defaulters. We have 100 million naira. So that is a huge deterrent for people who are looking to have big events or having receptions for their weddings. But I'm sure that those are things that they would address and look into and relax the restrictions, because really and truly, if you have churches, for instance, operating at half capacity, you have cinemas open, you have parks, most public places are open. So why not event centers? So I guess those would be things that will be revisited by the government officials who are in charge of the COVID-19 protocols. And hopefully we'll be able to open up soon.
Auntie Speed, I
So
have to come in. I have to come
and
in there. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I have to come in there. I didn't mean that
oh no
Edo has
no,
opened up.
jump right
I
in.
didn't I didn't mean that Edo has opened up like the way it was in January or in February or last December. But There are still
No, definitely
restrictions.
can be.
Yes, but the number of guests we have now, it's a little bit higher. But the government has not really approved of it.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of things happen in Edo, like the elections and all that. So when our humble, you know, our governor, you know, he likes us so much. When the thing was going on, the election campaigns and all that, so people gathering together, like it was busy. They just left us to like open up a little. But we have guidelines. We met. We had groups. We had to meet with government. We have to meet with the NCDC, and met with all the parastatals involved, and they gave us wash your
Yeah.
hands at the entrances, or you do sanitizers, masks are still being worn, and the halls are not set up to full capacity,
Yeah.
but still better than some states. So if they come in there in the morning and they find out that you just been able to arrange 5 a table or 4 a table, and spaces apart from the table, and you have your water, you have sanitizer, and your bouncers are there to ensure that the nose masks are worn, there's no problem. So
Yeah.
it's not like it is just like way before, when you just do 5,000 guests and all
Not
that.
at all.
It's not like that.
Those
No, no,
large
no.
crowds are not, they are not
But
existent now.
but if I tell everybody here listening that Joe is not has not opened more than Port Harcourt and Lagos, and not to be fair, so have to be fair to an extent.
Okay. So I know that a lot of people look towards the event industry when they want to start up a business. So you find a lot of event professionals, makeup artists, event planners, so the different newbies. Do you think that this pandemic and the fact that our industry has been shut down is going to discourage them?
I think so, totally so. Because sometimes when I discuss, I tell them that the event industry was the worst hit. Some people say, don't say, oh, my own was the worst hit, something like that. I think the hit on the event industry was really much, was so much.
Yes.
And I want to encourage people
Totally
like
agree.
you and so many people out there that came up to be able to bring out those classes, those Zoom meetings and all that, encouraging ourselves, getting training, keeping hope alive and all that, and having the fight. It was a great fight in Abuja. I spoke with them in Abuja, meeting up with government. We did the same in Edo. We have to meet up with put ourselves together, brought out guidelines on how this thing can be done. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you hear me? Are
can.
you there?
Yes.
Yes. So how we can open up events? Lagos did marvelously well. Everybody must attest to that. They were holding meetings and ensuring that they speak with government and how we can get events done properly and all that. So it's going to affect, because as we are saying, businesses have opened. It may have opened so well for the people that are, lucky and that are there. But for newbies and all that, it may not be as rosy as I see it today. But it's going to dampen their spirit. The costs are not going to be there. But I still want to encourage them. This is one part of our economy that, it just opened up recently, and it's everybody, it's booming. So when somebody says, I want to come in, how do I say? I say it is booming, especially if you know how to handle it, how to tackle it. They'll say, okay, please, can you tell me what you just need is patience, do what you do rightly, do your social media. Or when we started, there was no social media. We were always recommended by word of mouth. So when social media came,
Yeah.
people like us were struggling. We didn't even see any reason for you until recently. We say, what is social media? They are coming to Edo to have something nice. My name will pop up. I shouldn't worry. But handle your social media very well. Sell the right items, what you need to sell. Then each time you are given an opportunity to do it rightly, then don't be money driven. That passion, have that passion for this part of the event you want to be handling, and do it rightly. That's my basic advice. There is still room. It's not going to be like this forever. I tell you solemnly, in few weeks, or let me not use weeks, in few months, by the end of this year, everything is going to fizzle out, and we're going to bubble like in full fledged. All our counterparts in Lagos, in Port Harcourt, we're not going to bubble out again. Because Nigerians like Owambe, Nigerians like party. A lot of people let their dead
We're
bodies in the
social
mortuary.
animals, humans.
They left their dead bodies in the mortuary, refusal to even tell them, because they needed the Owambe, they needed a party. So let's keep hope alive. We will all get there.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I totally agree with you. So apart from trainings, which you took part in with your team, did you guys organize any trainings for newbies who wanted to come, or master classes for event professionals?
No, my company didn't because if you can see, if you go through my social media, everybody has a passion for a lot of things. I have passion for styling. I know how to train individually, but I have not entered this training per se, like having an organized school, which the pressure has been on me. We are trying to
Okay.
push out some, even for COVID, we would have been out, but we're still going to work on it. There wasn't any, but a lot of people invited me for talk show like this. We did a lot of talking, Zoom meetings, and talking to a lot of people. I did a lot of talking to people, but
Okay.
most of
Okay.
the talking
Because
wasn't from my own brand. They were not from my own brand. They were all calling from. I was joining them to have one or
okay.
two talk
So it was a collaboration with other brands.
or other brands. Yes.
Yeah, okay, that's cool. So we're practicing what we're preaching. So in terms of being innovative, what were the innovative steps that you took for Ruru's World? What did you guys introduce to the public? Because we saw a lot of really intimate events where you could have a cake, you could have backdrop in terms of decor, you also have a photographer. So were you guys doing those intimate venue styling?
Yes, we did a lot of intimate events. 30 guests, 20 guests, 50 guests, and they were coming out so nicely. The smaller it is, they say the fewer they are, the more merrier. So it was really, really,
Exactly. You have great quality.
the thing.
You have quality
And
there.
And I also know that this intimate event is going to stay for a long time because people have tested it. You can have high quality, very, very high quality when it is small. You understand? So when people tested it, they felt it, and I'm not sure they're going to let go in a long time. People are not even too keen about 1,000 guests like that. If I have like 10, 20 calls now in a day, like 10 calls in a day, I think about 3 or 4 of them want intimate events. You understand?
Okay.
But while we were still on that lockdown, while I said we had trainings with my staff, we could look inward. No, it was a lot of back to back. So we're not even thinking. We were,
Okay.
oh, pack, go, okay, what's the design? This. We could sit down to style, to do a lot of things. We prepared. If you follow us, like for my own brand, if you follow us on Instagram, you can tell. People have been calling, say, Ruru, something great. That, oh, the lockdown was not for nothing. That I came out smoking. We came out smoking. You understand what I mean smoking? Because we could not sit down to analyze a lot of things. It's not like we bought new items. We are
Okay.
even reusing, for events or for styling. It's not all about bringing out
Yeah.
new, using new materials
No,
and
it's
all
not
that.
about new stuff.
How are you
It's
able to
about how you put the
recycle?
old things together.
How are you able to
Yeah.
recycle them? How are you able to twist, to twerk it, to twist it? You understand? That's it. So we've been twisting and twisting and twisting, and we saw that 1,001 designs can come, and we made a lot of vows after each of the classes, each of the meetings, each of the training that we're going to do better. We had time to fraternize. I had enough time to fraternize with my staff, sit together, have a drink. And we prepared for coming back. But we didn't know. But when it coming back
Yeah.
came in a door, we didn't know. Before we knew it, it just said free. We started. You understand? But we were prepared. You understand? So it is. I am not sure I was the only person that was prepared for this coming back. I was not also sure that I was the only person that went for rebranding. But I also encourage that people that never took that opportunity, it's still not too late. You can just sit back a little, then you rebrand. It's a highly competitive market. You have to do something nice and something new all the time. The customers don't even want to stay an old thing. All our clients out there, they just, oh, you have you seen what this person has done today? Have you seen what this other person has done today? It's highly competitive. But the bottom line is the passion. Even if you enter to make money, try as much as possible to key in to put in some passion into it. But some people just got the passion and they entered it, and it's very, very nice. And you can hit it anytime, any day if you have passion. And all in all, God is our supremacy. We should always hold on to God and believe that whatever we want to do with God on our side, we get it done and done well.
Absolutely, absolutely. So with managing, with balancing the downturn and achieving a healthy mindset, how did you do that? How are you able to achieve that? And what are your tips for those who, because for those who are finding it hard to balance, you know, keeping a positive mindset and seeing the reality before them?
Um, for a long time, I just believed it's gonna go better. But at some point after like 4 weeks, I saw that 4, 5, 6 weeks, I saw that this thing wasn't. I didn't even know that by now everybody should be jumping around in Nigeria no matter what. So it was now weighing down on me a little. But I was one of those persons that had this strong mind that whatever it takes. I was getting a little bit bored. When we had some trainings in between, we are free for days. Do you know what I did? I want to share with everybody here today. Do you know that I went into
Okay,
farming? I went into farming.
which is cool. Multiple
Well, it
streams
wasn't
of income.
income. No, it wasn't farming for income because I am one.
Oh, okay.
We at our end are one kind of people that will have multiple events, as I've told you per week. So sitting all day long, nothing to do was becoming boring. And some people told me they want to enter into market, early morning market. Some people said they want to buy something, something in their shop. Some people said they buy pure water, a bag of rice and all that. A lot of people encourage me, Ruru, this is your office complex. You can't just leave it like that. Why don't you enter rice selling and all that? I said, no, I wasn't going to jump into it. I said, excuse me, sir, that's my husband. Because I do this business with my husband 100%. That's what we do
Yeah.
100%. I told my husband, I said, bank will pay us if we don't do anything. He said, what do we do? We have a plot of land somewhere. Let us go and clear it and put corn. In 3 months, that corn will bring fruit and we will eat. For 40 something years, I've never farmed. That's why we're doing that one. I got another plot of land somewhere again, very big. We went to clear, we got some laborers, they did the
How you
clearing.
guys doing?
We did the planting. And then my brother was saying, if you want to do farm, why don't you plant yam? Do you know that I planted like 300
Yeah.
seeds of yam? It was keeping myself, my children busy. Initially, my children would wear, there was a day we went to the farm, my son's shoe was like 35,000, was working the farm. My brother now said, the shoe is even more expensive than the farm. You can see, we were just trying to keep ourselves busy. My husband has said, no, you can't wear this kind of shoe to farm. I will give you one that you'll be wearing from tomorrow. Do you understand? So he didn't even know the consequences. He just got job. We have to wear canvas, I have to go to the farm and all
Yeah,
that.
it was a
We
new
have to go and
experience for
keep,
them.
we have to go and keep ourselves busy. The con came out immediately. We resumed. Every worker, they were so astonished. All my workers, they were eating. We can't sell them. We were eating, and when the thing started, we abandoned some. My brother who lives around there went to call one woman who now bought the corn for 21,000. Just imagine corn that they bought for 21,000 naira. It's a whole lot. I wasn't there. Do you understand? So what I mean is that never you give up. You understand? I kept myself busy. As I'm in the farm trying to plan, I say, hey, put it. How many seeds we put? 3. Do I have that mind now to be like, oh, no event today? Hey, how do
Yeah.
we survive? You understand? We're not busy. The corn has come out. Oh, let's see. Everybody is excited. We planted the pumpkin. We planted yam. How do you plant the yam? My son was putting it upside down. My brother was saying, no, you take it like this. You understand? It was a whole lot of fun. Keeping myself busy. So at each time, instead of you to pull yourself, some people went for other trainings. A lot of trainings were going on. Keep themselves busy. 3 hours a
Yeah.
day on training. Some went exercising. So many things. Some went to Bible school online. So you understand? So if it's an idle mind, it's the devil's workshop. You understand? You can see
You're
that I
right.
was farming. I was having a lot of classes. I was having online classes. I was having training for my staff. You see, we're busy. If not for the fact that, okay, event is more hectic. When now event has opened, we are, it's much more than then. But at least there was no dull moment any day. You have to just pull yourself down and be thinking. There was a day I kept on calling. I want to make an example. I called KFA. There was a day I called KFA. She was totally down. I don't know why I called her that day. She said she went into her warehouse and she found out that the trucks are lying down. Everything is lying down. She broke down. And that was the day I called her. I said, KFA, you are too big for this. If you break down, what do you think of me? I am into renter, more of renter. Now, I do more of decor. Fine, I have a lot of renters. I just imported a lot gazebo's chairs
Just
and tables
before
is
the
not used.
lockdown.
You understand? They just arrived when COVID started, when COVID entered Nigeria. You understand? So I said, KF, you have to be up. I spoke to her that day. That's why it's also good that we speak to each other. Then
Yeah.
I was speaking with Brady. I don't know if you know Brady in Warri. There was a day I spoke with Brady. Brady was down. I was calling her, she wasn't taking. There's one Buffy cook house, a caterer in Warri. They are very close. And I said, I was trying to reach Brady. I don't know. She's not taking her call or something. Reach out to reach me. I didn't know Brady was down. She just entered her share, like, when is this thing going to be over? Me now, I
Yeah.
just called. So we have to talk to each other. We have to encourage each other. So sometimes when you find yourself in that position, talk to someone you trust. It can be your husband, it can be a dear friend, it can be somebody like we are into the same event. You don't know me. Hello, Ruru. Good morning. My name is this. This is my business name. I'm in Port Harcourt having challenges. Just speak with me. I may not know you facially, so I don't need to discuss you. Everybody know KFA. That's why I mentioned KFA today. You understand? So it is wise you speak with somebody, but not so many persons. If it is wise to speak with your pastor, if it's also very, very bad, you go to church, lie down before your altar, speak to your God. And when you get up, when you are done, you find out that you are a little bit relieved. So it wasn't easy for a lot of persons. Some people were stronger through.
Exactly.
Some at some point, they were almost coming down. At some point, I also was almost coming down a little, but I just had to keep on because the number of staff I had was so much. If I go down, what about others? How would they now feel? So I had to give them encouraging words and all that. And here we are, and we thank God.
Fantastic, fantastic. I'm sure your staff are very appreciative of all the effort you put in to keep them motivated and keep them, keep them with a positive mindset. We know that mentoring is key, and for everybody who wants to succeed in business, who wants to grow their business, I believe you should have at any point in time or at some point in time have a mentor. You also mentor people. So I'm very, very sure that you have a mentor and
Yeah.
you mentor other young people or other people. So it doesn't necessarily have to be a younger person. So is that still up? Do you still keep up with that?
Yes, when I said KFA is also like a mentor to me, where I also mentor
Okay.
a lot of her hair. I called her that day. She wasn't the one that called me. It's only that day I called her, she was down. You understand? It's not like she called me. She's also like she's a bigger brand. So let me just say hello to her and say, Madam, that's at the beach. Now said that was like the third time I was speaking to her during the pandemic. Before she now came up with the early mormon, and I came
Yeah.
everybody, even including herself and every other person, very busy in Lagos. You understand? Preparing for that
Very
early
busy.
mormon.
Yeah.
You understand? So me, as we were doing those things, me, I was busy planting my corn and my yam, and watching it grow, having a lot of fun. I have pictures, video from the scratch of that farm. You can imagine when we're planting, when the corn was growing, when harvesting, when we're now roasting, when the workers had resumed, everybody was happy. We now went to buy a bowl, buy charcoal. We will roast all through the day.
Oh,
You understand?
okay.
It was a lot of
Totally
fun.
relate with it.
so
Growing up,
so
we used to do that with my dad a lot. We used to do that
uh,
with him a lot.
so mentorship is needed. So don't just feel that you know it all. Just say a hi to somebody you think that has been there, that has been going through this, maybe has been into this event like 16 years. It's not a day. And you have some people that are just coming in for the first 1 year or 2 years. If you have challenges, you can always call. Apart from challenges, you want somebody to mentor you. How do you go about this? How do you go about that? And all that.
Yeah.
You call and you inquire. Like when I brought in my tent, some people were telling me, this place you bought this tent from, remove the labels too. People will copy it and go and buy. I said, no, you don't do things like that. If you enter into the tent and you like the product, and instead of you to call me, Ruru, where did you buy? If you call me, I will give to you. But you can see all the label everywhere. And you understand? So I don't keep things like that. When they call me, as I'm speaking, one or two persons may be online that I've done it to. Where did you buy this thing? I'll screenshot the receipt in China because I go to China a lot. I'll just send it to them. And a lot of people have also sent to me before, you understand. Somebody took me to China, for instance. We were planning, start, we were planning, said, Ruru, we are going to follow you to China. About 3 or 4 persons, but I shouldn't mention their name here. You understand? Before
Okay.
COVID came, I said, we will go. When I reach there, I will fend for flower. I said, that's why you have a lot of flowers. We know you can't buy the girl we buy in Nigeria. Do you understand? You go with fend to, you carry a lot of money. I said they will ask them to sell their house in Nigeria. and send the money to them to buy whatever. I said, you people will spend when you get to China. You know, we're preparing. 2 persons from Bori was going to go with me, and 1 person from Benin was ready. You understand? So we're ready to go. So that is also part of mentorship. I know how to go to China for the past 8 to 10 years. I know all the routes, and they go. I went through a lot to be able to know where to get these things. But if they go with me, they're not going to suffer that. Well, I just take them to their customers directly
Yeah.
to the market and all that. So it's still part of mentorship. I started these people that said they were going with me. I'm older than them in this business, to be frank, all of them. So it's part of mentorship, you understand? So I really want to encourage those people that have it there, have what to share. Do not hold it to yourself. Please always share. And you that want to ask
Yeah.
questions, don't listen to side talk. Will I talk to her? Will she be harsh? Will she be rude? Will she keep attempting? Ruru, please, I want you to help me. This I'm very busy. I'll get back to you. Call again. Ah, good evening, ma. Are you less busy now? Can you attend to me now? You know, events can be so stressing. You know, I'm matching a tent. The rain is falling. One side is almost collapsing. We are trying to raise it. We are calling for mentorship. I may not have that capacity to respond very well. Yes, we should know ourselves now. We are into
Exactly.
it. I may not have that capacity. Everybody do not have the same manner. We're not brought up the same under the same roof. We are these different tribes, different upbringing, and all that. You understand? You even children born of the same mom. Some are harsh, some are cool-headed, some can talk, some cannot talk. You understand? So, Ruru, I think she's very busy. You look for a time again. Excuse me, how was it now? You were very busy. Please, this is what information I need from you. Please, can I get it? The person is much more relaxed now. I can give it to you. Or maybe sometimes the person will have
Exactly.
to also call you back. Yes. So always don't say I called Ruru in Benin. She didn't answer. That day she was making mouth. No. Let us when I call, say good morning. This is Ruru in Benin. We are looking up to her. Say, oh, hey, Ruru, how are you? You understand? I'm sorry, my dear, I don't have time. Most times she doesn't even have the time to speak with you. I don't have time. I'll call you back, my darling. I say, okay. She doesn't even call back after today. Hello, daddy. Hello, ma. How are you doing? Say, oh, Ruru, sorry, I was supposed to call you, but you know, I don't need to be angry. I need to ask some questions. I need
Yeah.
to know what's going on. Has she been coping? How does she do her trucking? How does she clear her goods, her taints, and all that? How does she pay staff? How does she manage those staff to match Maki and install ACs and all that? I'm looking for an AC person. I don't have a good one. Don't worry. I have one that I'm using now. Don't worry. I will give it the person. We'll give. You
Yeah.
understand? So let us always
Yeah.
have that
It's really all about collaborations. And I think people
collaboration,
should be more open
mentorship,
to
and more
collaborating.
open, yes,
Yeah.
mentorship, and then oneness also. And there's this slogan I brought out during
Yeah.
COVID. I saw that most of the things that were happening to us in Benin, and even in the South, and even in Nigeria, about event professionals, when sometimes you find like there's no cooperation, there's no love and all that. It was done by our clients. Our client takes the event coordinator or the event planner and the decorator and crash them. Our client will take the food vendor and the event planner and crash them, even the food vendor and the decorator. I would say it will tell the food vendor you are supposed to set the decorator say you are supposed to set charge. They say, how will you say that? We will tell the Ruru that caterer said you are supposed to set. So my slogan is that the client goes, we the event professionals, we do what they will say we stay. That's what I am. That's my new slogan. So it's going to bring oneness and unity between us. So now I'm planning a talk. I'm going to have a day. I'm planning that one will still come out. That I will talk with everybody that will be ready to listen to me. Then we will not collaborate and join our hands. So instead of them using our head to clash, we are not going to use their head to clash. We are going to tell them that we are smart because they make sure
We'll
that
work it
you
out.
don't have a relationship with the event planner afterwards by disagreement. So the event planners are always very careful, some of them, to ensure that things work and have relationship. Even some decorators, food, photographers, they have to play it cool. So now when they start, we will just look at ourselves and we roll our eyes and we move. We don't even need to talk because we know they started. So let us mind ourselves, something like that. So they come, they go, me and you, we stay. That's going to be we are going to work. I
Exactly.
am going to work on that. That's my pet, my baby for this season. I'm going to work on that. I'm going to reach out to a lot of persons in Edo and in the South.
Please be sure to give us an invite.
Okay, I will. So how we are able to put ourselves together the client don't use our heads to clash. So I'm going to call in so many
Great.
callers and so many great talkers, people that are highly experienced. We all have a very good show. I don't even want a Zoom show. So let us all of us come and attend.
Let's come out live.
Yes,
Yes, let's
then
see each other once
we'll not,
again.
yeah, once again, yes, that's what we're going to do.
Okay, cool, cool. Okay, so while you were talking, so we have some of the audience have some of the participants put in some questions. So I'll just read out the question and we'll answer as we go along. This is from Julia Jacks. Auntie Jules, welcome. She says, I'm just wondering whether the economic business survival imperatives haven't overwhelmed the safety protocols. Many Western nations are shutting down again and we are opening up. Is there something we know that they don't know?
No. And I want to treat this matter not the way NCDC will treat it, not the way
Okay.
they will treat it in the Western world, not the way they will treat it in our health sector. I want to go a little bit local and take it like joke. I am so sure that in the Western world, if they look at Nigeria and African and West Africa, they are still so astonished. They are amazed. They don't even know what's going on. They don't know what's keeping Africans. They don't know why a lot of people didn't die the way they are dying abroad. But I had to do my local funding. It doesn't have any proof. So don't quote me. I found out that COVID and death do not meet. It has to be with cleanliness and something like that. And an average Nigerian, even more than an average Nigerian, is dirty. Everything about us is dirty. Our vegetables we eat, like in Benin, the vegetables we eat in our house, they are put on the floor, bare floor in the market, on the ground. And that ground is blackish, and there are ponds of water everywhere. And the person that is coming is spitting on the floor. Everything is dirty. I wish I can do a video, and if I knew, I would have done a video and put up today, and you see. So you understand. So how can you take things? So people buy food, they don't even wash. They eat. And they say this amen does not need that. And it's the person that is this carrier, the person that is supposed to carry it, the bloodstream everywhere about the person is dirty. So it never works.
So we're already immune.
We're already immune. You understand? Our system was already immune. All sorts of illness. We have there was a doctor that spoke with me, said, do you know that sometimes this COVID may have entered Nigeria and gone through before? We didn't even know. Do you understand? Those ones, they don't have proof. The doctor does not have proof. The way I'm speaking, I say my own is not scientifically based. It's on personal. It's like on a lighter note. And they also said that the BCG that we take, this one does not have proof too, that the BCG that we take, that they don't take it in so many countries. I don't know how many countries don't take, but in London they don't take except you ask for. And that BCG is to stop you from getting some diseases and all that for a long time. You know what BCGs are? So BCGs are a system. Then they also want the almighty is this malaria that we all have, and the use of malaria treatment. The use of malaria. Do you know that almost all chloroquine in the chemist finished? Everyone were even taking it. Every 1 week they will just swallow malaria medicine. Swallow chloroquine. They don't have COVID. We were abusing the use of drugs. We were abusing the use of herbs. We were abusing everything. And when the thing finally just landed and crept through, this one will say, I have malaria. I'm not smelling, I'm not tasting. Doctors will be laughing and say, you have COVID. Doctor will test, he say, no need for test, they go. I was once a victim. I said, doctor, I am not tasting, I'm not me. I can't taste, I can't smell, but I have malaria. He said, madam, it's the symptom of COVID, but I can't say it's COVID until you are tested. I said, do I need to test? I said, madam, you don't need it. Prescribe for me. I went to the pharmacy to go and buy. I said, excuse me, are you not going to quarantine? He said, for where? Where is the space? I said, what about my family? I said, what about my family? He said, all of them will not be sick. Anyone that is sick of malaria, let us know, but I know it's not malaria. I left for 3 weeks.
Wow.
So many people had it. Then one of the home managers said, man, I think I agree. I know well. I said, they taste and smell. He said, no. I said, you get COVID. He said, God forbid, the person had COVID. So some people died of COVID. We know, even in Benin, a lot of people, not a lot, some people died. But I think basically all of us have passed through it, something like that. But government will not take that one. No. This is behind the scene, local one. I'm just doing the local talk. I'm not convincing you to believe. So sister,
so we have to learn. to live
We don't
with
even,
pandemic.
yes, we have to learn to live with it. And it comes with almost malaria symptoms, according to them. Let's just see what again and see what happens in the next few months. But right now, a lot of people are not sick again. The death rate has reduced and all that. So we don't even know. Government has not been able to tell us why it's not affecting Africans like this. Nobody has come up with any scientific proof. Not this one I am talking is like the roadside talk. And then even the Western world, they've not been able. You remember when they were saying that their fear is not what is happening over there. That when they enter Africa, people are going to be falling, they're going to be falling on the street and dying. You were all watching CNN that period now. So when they say it's that night I will not sleep, I feel that by next day we are dead. You understand? But today, they are not falling. We are still hawking. The people are still hawking on the street. People are buying, they are eating party, they are doing party and all that. So what I want to say is that let us keep appreciating God. Somebody told me that this God is a God of Africa. He has a way of surviving us, no matter what. So let us all keep us appreciating God. God has always been for Africa. So we keep appreciating him.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think we should also, irrespective of the fact that you have the restrictions relaxed in some areas, we should still follow the safety protocols and still maintain the best sanitation possible. Okay, so I have a comment from Stephanie Signature Events. She says, Mama Ruru was there to encourage me during the lockdown. She's always there for us. Mentorship is key. Thank you, Steffi. I have Efosa here. Efosa says, thank you so much for this opportunity. I'm Efosa, I reside in Benin. I've always had a passion for event styling, and he has done a couple of jobs for clients. My question is, how do I sell my idea, skill, talent, etc., with the little I've done to a client, in contrast to the fast-growing event styling industry in Nigeria, especially with the fast-growing use of social media?
That's Efosa in Benin. Efosa said he has done a couple of jobs. Those jobs you did you try to keep a relationship with your clients? Did you try to keep a good relationship with your co-vendors? Did you sell yourself? Exactly. Not all about the decor must match up with Wando's decor. That's not what is even key. It might be Wando's decor and your attitude towards the customers and towards guests was porous. Do you understand? So each time you have an opportunity, the job might be very little, 20,000. If you can put in 200,000 naira job, do it. And keep a very good relationship with your client, because referrals are key, apart from social media. Then when you are done, social media is not easy to manage. It's capital intensive, it's time taking. Try to put what you have done. Just put it there. You do not need to make excessive noise about it. Yes, it's good to make noise. 2, 3, 4 pictures of it, let people know what you have done. You can even start from scratch to finish. So people see. This mentorship we are saying, we are here in Edo. Sometimes the bigger fish in Lagos, they are coming. They call them, come and do this event. It's too much for them. They'll come. Other people in Benin say, this is my specification. It may not be, I've done that kind of event exactly. They know, they when they look at your job, they know that if they give you this specification, you can
don't know whether you have capacity
to do. And they'll know, say, do you have this? Say no. Do you have this? Say no. Do you have this? Yes. Do you have this? Can you get this? Yes. Okay, don't worry. I'm coming with my truck, I will bring this and this for you. Add it to it. Do this event. You understand? So with me on my own end, when I look at what you are doing, and I know that you are creative, but you don't have this material. So if I want to give you a job, like, okay, let's collaborate, I will add some more materials to it. I say, okay, you take this and take this one. I'm going to add this one and go and do it. Do you understand? Because some customers will say, it is you or never, or give us somebody, or it must be you. Some people just come to my office. I've seen it so many cases, but maybe like 4 to 5 times. I can recall one vividly, but I can't mention her name and their family name. He said, Daddy said they should drop this 500 as a deposit, that you should send them what balance they need to pay. I said, but mommy, I talked to you on the phone that we were booked. He said he did not ask me any question. That's the wife. Said, Daddy said I should drop. He dropped the cash. They didn't do transfer, and she walked out. So in that case, what do I now do? Before I would say, no, now before I can't do, no, this mentorship we are talking about. This is the collaboration we are talking about. Okay, Steffi, where are you? I'm in worry. What do we do now? Steffi, come to Benin. You know you do event. Come and handle this one. But you know, the last time I used this glass table for them, if you don't use this glass table, this one does not like. Take the glass table, take this one, add your own to it, go and do it. So the client at the end will be
Yeah.
happy. Then Steffi will be
Yes.
happy. Do you understand? I will learn one thing. There
And
is
you
no
keep
way
a
you know it all.
relationship with your client.
I will learn one thing from Steffi that weekend, though. And she will learn one thing from me.
Yeah.
There's no way she will know. She used to pin her cloth like this. You will not find out that they are pinning like this. There is no day you work with any decorator, any stylist that you will not learn new skill, no matter how young that person is in the industry. Even if the person is just 6 months old and
Yeah.
16 years old, stay with that person and work. You find out that some of the things you do, you don't even do it rightly. They will do their own. They will not be saying, excuse me, I don't used to do like this. So sorry, that's why we are newbies. Okay, this is the way they do it. But when you watch the person very keenly, you will also see that this person do some things that you even use 100 years to do. Instead of you to go through the gate,
Exactly.
you will not be going through the fence. You won't know. The person will just come. The person does not have truck. I've seen a lot of people. We will do all our big props. We will go with 5, 6 trucks. You will see somebody who come with one truck, doesn't have big props. They will assemble everything at the venue, and the job will be so splendid. Sometimes I'll stand and be looking at on the go. They bring this wood, knock it. Now they don't do their flower wall. Me, I will bring my iron this thing backdrop for my flower wall. My truck will be filled up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 trucks for one event. So there are so many times. There's no way you can never know it all. So the earlier we all humble ourselves and be ready to collaborate, the better for this industry in this part of the world.
Yeah, to grow and move. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so I have a question from Geraldine. Welcome, Geraldine. She says, I'm a starter. I've tried to make inquiries from senior colleagues whose work I have seen online.
I can't hear you. I've lost you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Okay, you want me to repeat the
Okay.
question?
Yeah, please do. I didn't hear it.
Okay, so this is from Geraldine. She says, I've tried to make inquiries from senior colleagues whose work I have seen online, but none have replied. I would like to know how to get these materials in bulk and at favorable prices, the chairs, types of fabrics, etc.
Geraldine, if you go on Instagram, Ruru World Events, my number will come up. If you can, call me. All the ones I know, I will let you know. I promise you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's what it's all
All
about.
the one. I
Okay,
said
I
all.
have okay, that's cool. Okay, so Alele Osagiodua says, thank you so much for this opportunity. I reside in Port Harcourt. Okay, that's my hood currently. I love event coordinating and styling. I started my event coordinating service last year and it was going fine until the pandemic came. But right now, it's a bit difficult for me to continue. What can I do?
Yes, I told you, Port Harcourt is still it hasn't really opened. The governor has not really opened Port Harcourt, but it's going to be better. That because you're in Port Harcourt, in Benin by now, you should be getting 1 or 2 calls, and some other state like Anambra, like Delta State, and all that. The government have not come up, even this state, to announce that event has opened though. But I think they are just keeping like deaf ear to some things. And if you are able to follow up the guidelines, I know no governor has come up to say those states open up 1,000 guests, none, or even in Delta. But styling, small, we are getting there. You understand? So just stay put. If you have any other thing that will keep you busy, if you have more trainings to do, if you have to go learn makeuping, baking of cakes, cooking of food and all that, just to keep yourself busy. It's going to get better, I know. If you were in Edo, you were residing in Edo, you would have been getting 1 or 2 just now. No doubt about it. Everybody's getting. So if it's Port Harcourt, very soon, they're going to ease it. The government is going to ease it, and it's going to get better.
No, but in Port Harcourt, truth be told, we have intimate events. So because we are not used to, we're used to bigger events. So that's why we're feeling a bit, uneasy. We have intimate events. People have been celebrating, not necessarily in event centers. They're doing events in their homes, in smaller places. So yes, there are those small events which are within the government regulation, all the restrictions with numbers, with all the facilities you have to put in place before you can have an event hold. So all those things are still there. So what's his name?
But,
Osadioduwa, just hang there.
but they are still fewer than what you used to have. It seems all the event centers are not open. Unlike some
Oh,
states
yeah.
where you can just move into a hall now and work.
Yeah, you're
Some
right.
states you can
You're
just
right.
move, yeah. So it's going to get, let her just stay put. She still keep time. Even on this her planning, she can keep still learning. So that by the time it opens, she'll have a lot to dish out. One job will bring
Yes, you have a
another
lot
one.
to offer to the
Yes,
clients.
yes. So still
So
stay put on it. It's going to get better.
Yes, it will. So, Auntie Jules is saying, so Candy, the real collaboration is more important now than ever before. Well done, Ruru and Elizabeth. Thanks, Auntie Jules. So, yes, that is the gospel that we have been preaching and will keep preaching. I'm sure people, those who were very adverse to collaboration and people who had the mindset of, oh no, if I talk to this person, I will be imparting knowledge and no, the person will come and outshine me. I think now the pandemic would have reset their brains and they will understand that that's the fastest route to the death of their own business. So yes, we'll keep mentoring, we'll keep collaborating, and we'll keep preaching that gospel. Thank you, Auntie Jules.
Excuse me, Auntie, I need to also streamline and then explain some parts of collaboration. Each time I talk, because everybody say, they were not collaborating in Benin. Ruru, we have one bridal chair. If you ask her, she says she's not renting. And, so I had to speak with a lot of persons in Lagos, and they explained some things to me too, because it wasn't really working. Collaboration does not mean that you take a job I was supposed to do for 600, you take it for 150, come to my warehouse and pack all my stuff to go do it. That's not collaboration. That's not, if anybody stands in that position, if I decide to give everything in my warehouse to everybody by weekend, that weekend I may not have anything to do. You understand? So it means I'm going to be importing these items and be giving it to you to do free jobs. That's not it. Collaboration is more to that. I know that we are not here to talk about collaboration today, but I tell you, it's not like I called somebody, come and do this job. The person paid 800,000. Do you understand that for an instance? But I know you don't have this table, you don't have this chair. Let's put together and do it. So you will take 600 for these things I am putting. The original old owner, Ruru, will take 200. You will bring all the stuff and every other thing, go and do the work because my hands are already full. That's collaboration. Yeah. Do you understand? So it's not like I have a job for you in hall AZY, and I say this job is 600. He walks away and meet someone else and say I will give you 150, and it continues to show the person my pictures and my hit points, because everybody has his own hit point, things that they use that they cannot give out. Then you now come to me and say, exactly. You have been preaching collaboration all over the country, so give me that your chair just imported. I bought the chair for 550,000. I've used just once. Give me this one, give me your crystals, all your original crystals, give me your glass tables, give me this and give me all that. What I used to set for presidency or governor, you understand, you say, give me for one, the person has said, please, ma, help me, you are my mentor. It's not going to work. Because if I give it to you, someone will call you again for 150 and I will be there.
And you will do the same thing.
So I will just be there giving you the material. By the time you use that chair 2, 3, 4 times, you don't even have a truck. You understand? Put it on top of your vehicle, it comes back, all the leathers are torn. They don't even need to give me. The manager will say of the hall, will say, who are you looking at? Say, Ruru, it's too expensive. There's one of the boys that can do this work for you for 150. We'll settle like Ruru. So it means I'm not going to have jobs. I had to speak with my mentors again in Lagos. I say, see what is going on in Edo. See what they're talking about, mentorship. They don't say that's not it. But as a mentor or for a to collaborate, you might have the whole of that hall set ready. You now say, please, I need a green wallflower. They are basic things, 30 pieces. How much will I pay? I say, why will you pay? Come and take. Do you understand? I need about 4 or 5 items. Yeah. I need to rent from you. Oh, I don't rent this one before. I don't know how they rent it. No, some people don't do renter. I don't do renter of decor items. Instead of me to rent for you, I say, I can't give you the 5. Yeah. I'll give you 2. Take. This chair I cannot give, but I can give you the wallflower, cream, 200 pieces. I can give you this one. I can give you. That's collaboration. But no collaboration, you say, Ruru, give me this your chair, this your table. Those things that just came like last month. I want to collaborate with you. That's
no. So if someone if someone wants to do that, should hire them.
Yeah, you should hire them.
You can't have Coca-Cola pockets with champagne taste. No, you can't.
No.
So if you want to do decor for 150, that's the quality you should be able to deliver. You can't deliver that of a million naira on someone else's budget.
So you should be able to ask them, this is what you want. Okay, you now call Ruru, please, can I get your chair? How much do you give it to me? Say, that chair for rental is 80K. You tell the client, yes, 80K for only the chair. 60,000 for this. You bill based on that. So if I now give you the chair, I'll be satisfied that, okay, you have paid for it.
That's already more than half of your budget.
So if the chair goes out of quotation, so yes. So, and when by the time you take 4 or 5 items, like they say,
yeah.
I don't know how to go about it. That's okay. See what you will do, see what you will do, see what you will need. Okay, I will go and hire the other one, have some of them. I say, okay, I have this thing, come and add it to it. If you add this thing, it will bring it out. I have some tables you can put, rustic garden tables, like 4, come and take. Or just give my warehouse people 20,000 and take before. That's collaboration. But you don't collaborate to the point that you suffocate the other person. No, that's not collaboration.
Exactly.
And if the other person
that's taking advantage of the other person.
Yes, it's taking advantage. So I keep educating them. So each time we talk about collaboration, man, please always educate them properly. Don't so that it doesn't look like Ruru was talking about collaboration the other day. I went to meet her and she did not collaborate. No, you can even be setting a rustic garden in a hall, and you have told me about that job before. I'll give you a tip on what I know. You go and improve on that what I know, add it to your own. That's collaboration. Go and do, because you are just taking some idea. No, I have done this thing like 4 or 5 times. And when you do that rustic, what did you do? How did you get some of those things? How did you do that? I can just let you in. Then as you are working, say, man, I have challenges. I'm on my way to my hall. I'll branch your hall. I say, no, take this thing up like this and tight and jack it like this. You will get like this. That is fine. So I can join you like that. I'll come in there. It's okay. If you hook this, they do it a lot in Lagos. They do it. You hook this to this thing, you will get like this to be done. Oh, you don't have this. Okay, send somebody to my warehouse, go and get that thing. So you use it to hang it like this, it will be fine for you. That's collaboration. Not like taking the entire warehouse. That's how. So let's keep educating ourselves about collaboration.
Okay. So Auntie Jules again says, collaboration with common sense, combining our strengths, not depleting ourselves.
Okay, that's fine. That's very,
I have another comment. I have another comment. I think this is for Mosagidu as well. So thank you for this, for one interested in going into the event. Okay, no, this is a question from Facebook. Thank you for this. For one interested in going into the events industry, what steps do you advise a newbie should take? I think we've answered that already. Then, are you there, Ruru? Are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I'm here.
Yes.
Yes, the step a newbie should.
Yeah, I think we've answered that already.
We're entering the event industry. I'm here, I can hear you. Yes, I'm here.
Okay.
So I should come on now. Okay. Well, I've said it during the course of this meeting today. I've said like 3 times what they should do as a newbie.
Exactly.
I said, number one, money in your mind. I have to make gain. The first few years, you might not make gain, but the purpose of entering any kind of business is to maximize profits and make gains. We know. Don't just be money driven for the first time. Then always try to strike a balance to have a relationship with your client. Social media is helping, but word of mouth is also all the vendors that you work with. So some vendors are, there was a new boy I worked with that day. His job was very splendid. Maybe his price is also cheaper. You understand? Yeah. Then also cut down on your pricing. I know that this pricing thing is another topic. Maybe we can take that one again, Izore. Sometimes let some people come on.
Topic all on its own.
Yes, talking about this pricing. Cutting down pricing, the clients are not using it on us. They're not ready to pay higher. We are not stagnant and all that. But at least for a newbie, I wouldn't say you should just start your job with 2 million, 3 million. You might not get jobs because nobody wants to test you. Nobody wants to test your head. So with that experience, Take it small, small money, do so much. Don't keep grumbling. How much they pay me? If na Ruru they want pay, they don't know how much they will pay. And then they leave me. I'll do what I can do. A lot of people grumble, don't grumble, just be happy. And go and bring yes, ma. Oh ma, we didn't put it on that budget. Ma, okay, I have another alternative that I can give to you, but I don't have this exact thing. Ma, if I don't know if you can pay some extra so that I can go get it from where I can rent it. Just be warm, you understand? Do your job diligently. Start early, finish early, and all your materials must come on time and must be very, very neat. The flowers are already old. Keep them neat. Your chair covers are old. Wash them and bring them. They will know that they are
Wash
old
them, let them
because,
be clean.
but let them be clean. And what was here at Ruru is it must be clean. Everybody knows, except the person hasn't seen us display. A lot of people display some rickety things they put on social media, snap pictures, and add color to it. Is very fine. No, on ground, all our things come neat. Don't come early, set up early, they have a passion, be warm to your clients and to all the guests and to other co-vendors. You were the decorator, you are not the planner. That does not mean you must not have a good relationship with the caterer. Caterer is saying, shift all your tables, I want to put my food. Say, I beg, let me shift small for you. Be warm. Next time you'll be so surprised. This caterer will call just because after one we have an event, they are looking for a decorator. Can you work? Do you understand? That word of mouth also still work in the locality. Social media in general, fine, we know. But always try and do your work diligently. You will get there. It takes a long time. It's not a day thing. It's patient. I wasn't like this 16 years ago. We cannot attest to that. So just, just hold yourself. Keep doing it right and believing in God.
Seem
You'll
to be
get there.
having a okay. Ruru, can you
Can you hear me? Isabel, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
She got kicked out. She'll join us shortly.
Can you hear me? I'm here. It's my somebody was calling me consistently.
And she got kicked out. She'll join us shortly.
Really?
I'm here. Okay, I
Call
got
it here and tell the person to call me again. Yes, I'm here. Tell the person to call me. Put this number here. Tell the person is disturbing my class. Hello, can you hear me? Oh, can you connect me?
Can you hear me? Sorry guys, I got kicked out.
Connect me.
Ruru, are you there?
Hello, I can hear you now very well.
Okay, great. So I got kicked out. I didn't hear the last part, but I'm sure every other person got it. So there was a last comment before I went off, which said, I think it's just Sabiedua says, oh, they didn't know that Ruru's world was in Benin and he would like to connect with you. So if you can just tell us what your handle is on social media so that everybody who wants to take it offline can connect with you and learn from your wealth of knowledge.
So it's Ruru World Event, one word, or Ruru World Rentals. So our phone numbers are also there. I take basically almost 100% of the course for now. I chose to do that. So any number you see there, you call,
Okay.
I will pick the number.
Okay. Okay. Ruru World Event. That's at Ruru World Event.
ROUWORLD event.
Okay.
One word.
All right. Okay. Okay.
Then Ruru World
Okay. So on
Rental.
all social media platforms. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ruru. Fantastic time always. You know what I always say, from the first day I met you up until now, you're consistent. Same warm, fantastic, and very, very, very down-to-earth personality. Thank you so much for honoring our invitation. And of course, we'll be calling on you. The venture is coming up very soon, and we'll want want you to impart knowledge, want your input on how we can take it to the next level. Okay.
Nice
So thank
meeting you
you
once
everybody
again.
for joining us today. So if you want
Yeah.
to, if you want to connect with Ruru, we have her handles on the chat box. So do well to take this opportunity. She's open to mentorship, and it would help you in the course of business life. Thank you, everyone. See you next time on the Octopus series, where we'll have another amazing guest. Thank you, Ruru. Bye.
Bye.